All right, Matt. So, first of all, thanks for taking the time to speak with us today in what is a busy week for the LFC Foundation.
Yeah, no, thank you, Matt. Yes, it is a busy week. No, thanks for coming. Obviously we've got the event here today, which is with SC Johnson, primarily one of the partner of the football club and the foundation, on the back of the Big Red Summer activation with them over the summer, and then we've got LFC Legends versus Man United Legends here on Saturday, and then LFC Women taking on Everton Women on Sunday evening. So yeah, busy week.
The Big Red Summer that you mentioned there, just tell us a little bit more about that and the success of the summer.
Yeah, well, I think firstly it was our biggest ever. The Big Red Summer is something we launched 3 years ago, trying to pull together all of the various different summer programs we run under one sort of banner. It's the biggest one we've done. We supported just over 7,500 individuals, not just here in the Liverpool City region, but for the first time in communities around Dublin and Belfast as well, working with clubs in Dublin and working with the FA and other partners in Belfast. Obviously, because the fan base over there, supporters over there, support groups over there is massive. And it was activities here in the Liverpool City region that were free at point of entry. And then the SC Johnson parties, they provided reusable water bottles for all the participants. And I think it was estimated, it's not me that works out the maths, but over 300,000 sort of, if you like, one single-use plastic bottles were saved. So we all know football pitches, we all know a 3G pitch. After training and games, you can look at it and it's usually littered with empty plastic bottles at the side. So not one was used and thrown away on those summer activities. So it was a big core part of it. It was great the kids got a gift, but there's also an education message for the young people as well.
And we've got over 400 school children here today over the course of the day. Is that the main message that's being taught to them as well?
Yeah, I think it's just, we found with a lot of our programs that we ask young people what's important to them and what matters to them. There's different trends that come up, safety, etc. But the environment and their community is important to them. Working with them to understand that yes, it's a massive bigger picture, but they can all make an impact. So those small changes, be it using a reusable bottle, etc., can make a big difference when put together. So, sometimes I think people have, I was going to say our generation, that'd be unfair on you, Matt, my generation and below, it's hard to get those messages across, but to young people, the key is we're finding they're educating us as well. But working again with SC Johnson, getting the message across is a big part of their mantra, and also other partners and charities that are specialists in the space to develop the young people's understanding even more.
So tell us a little bit, if you can, about the activities that the school children will be actually doing today.
Yeah, well, I think they get to meet David James, the ex-Liverpool player, which is a good one as well. But just different workshops, education workshops, opportunity for them to sort of come up with their own ideas as well. So not just getting talked to, also sharing their own ideas. Big part of the core of what the foundation stands for is social action. An example, this might sound like a tenuous link, but examples we've done This Means More challenge with OLSCs and supporters around the world. We found that without even asking, 75% of the work they did was around the environment and projects in their own community, beach cleanups, planting trees, litter picks, etc. And it's exactly the same here in Liverpool. Young people are incredibly passionate about it. We asked young people to support cleanups at our community hubs over the summer in Bootle, in Toxteth, and in Kirby, and they did. They came out, and even kids walking past asked us what we were doing and got involved. It's something they're passionate about. So if we can try and ignite that spark of social action to get them to basically educate their peers, but I think more importantly educate the adults and their parents and carers and people who look after them at home. So that's what it's about. It's about not talking to them, not telling them that we know better, but just helping them to develop their understanding, the impact on the environment, but also what difference they can make and what changes they can make.
And here at Anfield, what sort of changes have been implemented in terms of reducing single use and recyclability?
Yeah, well, all of the packaging for the food packaging on a match day is 100% recyclable. Obviously, bouncing to the new, so they're obviously fortunate to have a brand new training centre, the AXA Training Centre in Kirby, where the rainwater is recycled to all the pitches. There's an allotment near here which is developing and moving to a point where what's grown there will be used to feed the fans here, but also in the corporate areas, but also the players, etc. Recyclable waste bins in the concourses, so SC Johnson provide those. So just again, it's lots of small changes, and all of the energy used is from renewable sources. When they turn the lights on at Anfield, it's not draining. So I think it's making those changes. I think the club recognises, like society, you know, there's more that we can do. We're working hard at it. I think I'm right in saying, I might get this wrong, we were first or second in the first Sustainability League, ourselves and Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously they're in a sort of fortunate position of having a new purpose-built stadium, so they've got a lot of pluses there. But I think what we focus on with the Red Way is around not just, because I think it's a danger, we think, environment, but for us sustainability is about whole of society. So we focus on our communities, which is where the Foundation and Red Neighbours team come in, our people, which is our staff, our players, our supporters, and the environment. So how do we focus on those three areas, and where do we impact, and how do we impact positively in those three areas?
And just finally, moving on from today, on the weekend we've got the LFC Legends game. Just tell us a little bit about that, how the ticket sales are going, and the logistical, putting together of that, bringing so many players from all around the world.
Yeah, I think it's a massive job. We're really fortunate. So the club staff basically work for us. So it's like a regular match day. So the running of the stadium, the travel guys, the ticketing guys, etc. Obviously, where the foundation come in is the sport working closely with Forever Reds, which is the Former Players Association here. We've got a squad of 22, I think. There's always a few last-minute changes and comings and goings. Manu have got a strong squad as well. But yeah, I think the difference perhaps to a regular match day, obviously apart from the guys having been retired, is they're coming in from all over the world. So we've got Maxi Rodriguez coming in from Argentina, Xavi Alonso from Spain, Glenn Johnson coming up from London, not so far away. So we've got a strong squad, but they're the sort of flagpole in our calendar, if you like, from a fundraising perspective. It's the first time we've done 2 games in a year. So we played Barca in March, it was sold out. We probably won't sell out on Saturday, but we're getting in and around 40,000, which is, we hope, which is amazing. What was one of the most frustrating things around COVID, lots of frustrating things, but we were able to generate income and restricted money to deliver programs, but the unrestricted money we get from events enables us to support others, and that was what was challenging. We're still able to donate about 300 grand through donations from supporters to food poverty in and around the Liverpool City region, but we weren't able to do some of the other stuff we normally do. So on the back of Barca, we're able to work with LFC Foundation again. And all of the money raised from the Man U game will be spent in the Liverpool City region. We're going to be working with Radio City Cash for Kids, who in turn support other groups. Going to be continue to fund the inter-university programme, which gives kids from North Liverpool the opportunity for tuition, mentoring and support, and giving them that, losing the name, a great opportunity to go on into university, but greater life chances, basically. So not just university, it might be apprenticeships, it might be work, but giving them that extra support. So it's as I say, it was quite frustrating not to be able to do that as much during COVID, but hence doing the second game. Again, the supporters have been amazing. It helps that we've got such a great roll call of Liverpool greats. I mean, to have sort of Xavi Alonso, Skirtle, Louis Garcia, Dudek, it's easy names to roll off the tongue. And Manu, looks like Manu have got a strong squad as well, so it should be a good game.